So good morning everyone. In the previous video we have seen what the data structure is. In today's video we're gonna see we have basically two types: linear data structure, non-linear data structure. In this linear data structure there are like arrays, linked lists, tags and queues. In today's video we're gonna see what is this array data structure and how it gonna work. We shall see arrays. So array is a type of data structure where we can store the value data we have. So basically the array is in the format of like this. Okay, we have some divisions in this block. Just imagine it is like a rectangular block where we have individual blocks like this. Okay, we can store our value. Like suppose I have a data of something like 1 2 3 4 5 6. I have vast number of data. Like if it is something I have to store a value of 1, I can simply declare a type like int a is equals to 1. But what if I have an n number of digits like that? And what if I want to store a marks of 100 of students? So then I can make use of this array where I can store n number of data into it. Okay. So first the declaration of arrays comes like you have to declare a name of array. So simply I'm giving a name of array to be my A. Okay, it's not like that for individual block you have to give name like A, B, C, D. No. So entire array is represented with the name called A, and you can access or you can represent the particular block by using the values like index values. We'll have index values starting from 0 to n minus 1. If I suppose like I want to store 5 numbers, like I want to store 5 data, 5 number of data, like suppose 1 2 3 4 5. I have 5 1 2 3 4 5. So I want to store 5 numbers, right? So then what I do, I'll just give a block of 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is gonna be my array of storing 5 numbers. So the data can be accessed by using index value. Index value starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you see for 5, the ending index is something like 5 minus 1, which is 4. Okay. For n number, it is like n minus 1. It starts from 0 to n minus 1. Clear? Now I'm gonna store the values like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If I want to access a of 1, like I want to take only this part, how it is like, see, the name of array is a, okay, and the subscript you have to use this square brackets to represent the index value. Okay, where my 2 is, it is in the index 1, so a of 1. So what is the value I have in a of 1? I have 2, so the answer will be 2. So it will be like somewhat easy to perform arithmetic calculations using these arrays. See, if I want to add only 1, 4. How do I add? I can simply represent the index value like a of 0, right? And a of 3. So what will be the back process? A of 0 I have 1, right? 1 plus. A of 3 I have 4. 1 plus 4 gives me the answer 5. Clear? Like we can implement further applications using this arrays. This is array data type. Okay, hope you understood this. We're just seeing the basic concepts of this data type as an introduction of this data structures. So this is about arrays. Now we're going to see linked list. What is this linked list? In the name itself, we can try to understand. It is a list. Okay, that is linked. Okay, the list is linked itself. In the definition they are trying to say the data we have is linked together. Suppose if I say I have data like 1 2 3 4 5, same data what I have mentioned earlier in the arrays. Now I want to link these data, like if I want to traverse this from here, I want a link. Okay, link to be established between this data. How do I do this? Okay, In linked list, like we can have multiple types like single linked list, double linked list, and I can have also a circular linked list. We're gonna see further what is this doubly linked list and circular linked list. First, we'll try to understand what is this single linked list. Okay. So, what is member single? Single means only one. So, first of all, linked list is represented by a node. Okay. The representation of linked list gonna be like this. It is not like physically to exist, but we just visualize to be like this. The value I want to store. Suppose I have given the data to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, this is the data part, right? This is the data part. I can store the data part in this column, which is meant for only storing the data. That can be any type. That can be integer, that can be float, that can be character as well. Okay, that can be any data type. So if I'm taking integer value, that is 1, I'm storing here. Okay, and what is this for? Okay, this block is for storing the address. Address. Okay, address of what? Address of the next element. Okay. For again the next element, we're gonna declare another linked list. That means another node. Okay, this complete set is called as node, where it is included as data part and address part. Completely we call it as node. So for 2, again I can create one more node, right? Again I can store the data to be 2. Again this is for address block as well, right? So for this part, anything in the computer memory, we have some address of it. If I am declaring a is equals to 10, see the address is created like memory. In the memory we get created with some allocations, something like 100. There is memory allocation for this A according to the data type. Clear? So as like this, we also have some memory like some address to this nodes as well. See, if I'm saying my address of this particular data type to be 100, I want to store the address of this 2 into this block. This block is meant for only storing the address. Address of what? Address of the next node. Okay. What is my next node? Next node is nothing but my 2. So I'm storing the address of 2 into this block. Okay. What happens now? So this 100 is pointing to what? 100 is the address of 2. So there is pointing towards this 2. So in such a way that we get a link to this. Clear? We get a no. The link is established between this 1 and 2. Similarly, we're gonna establish the link between 2 and 3 and 3 to 4, 4 to 5. This is the working of linked list. Okay, single linked list. And if we are talking about double linked list, and we are talking about doubly linked list. So doubly linked list, like the structure of doubly linked list gonna be like this. Okay, 2 columns we have. Okay, 2 columns we have for address, for storing the address, and here we have data. In the previous example, if I take 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See, if I want to store, just take an example of the structure 2. Okay, I want to store the value 2 in this node, where I can store the data. It is a data, integer data type. So I can store here, right? I can keep the value to be my 2. So now what I store here, I want to store the address of the next element, right? As we have seen in single linked list, I want to store the address of 3 into this address part. Clear? Just store it. And something the address gonna be like 300. I can store the address to be here. Okay. So and in this block, what I have to store? Okay, in this block I'm gonna store the address of the previous element. In single list we have followed only one method. Okay, only single link is established between the elements, whereas in this double linked list 2 links will be established, like previous element link and also the successive element link. Now we have already added the successive element address. Now we're gonna add the previous element address. See, if I'm thinking like address of 1 to be my 100, I can store it in the left side of my address block. So I'll keep 100. So now what happens? This 100 will be pointing to again another node which is of my data 1. Okay. See, I can store the address of it is something like 200, 100, and there is something another node with 300. Okay. So in single linked list, I want to store the address of successive element. I'll store the address of this 2. What is the address of 2? 200. So there is double link. Okay. The link is pointing towards this side, and this link is pointing towards this side. Like we have double. We can traverse either like this or either like this. But in single list, we can travel only like this. So this is the main difference between single linked list and double linked list. This is about arrays and linked list for now. In next coming videos, we're gonna see what is tree data structure and what is stack data structure in detail. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.